and welcome to another edition of Trends on Local 3. I'm Latrice Curry. Coming up on this edition of Trends on Local 3, their mission is to empower, to motivate, and bring about community change through programs like free citizenship classes. Learn more about E2MC2. Plus, a ministry to help men facing addiction have a safe space to live and get back on their feet. Also, Chattanooga Business Elite is hosting the Level Up Summit. How this will help small and minority-owned businesses. And how the League of Women Voters is working to make sure more people exercise their right to vote and let their voice be heard. Trends on Local 3 starts now.
This is Trends on Local 3.
Well, a nonprofit organization is thrilled to announce the launch of their key initiatives aimed at addressing some of the most pressing issues facing the Chattanooga community. Alisha Chandra from E2MC2 joins me now. Alisha, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, so tell me first of all, what is E2MC2?
Okay, so quite literally, E2MC2 is kind of a play on the Albert Einstein equation, E equals MC2. It stands for empower to motivate community change. So when my sister and I were thinking of names that we wanted to use as kind of a blanket for this initiative, we thought that would be a pretty fitting title.
Okay, so how did this all come about and start for E2MC2?
I think for me personally, just coming from the background that I come from, you know, my parents immigrated to this country. They built their own business from scratch, as well as working at the Carver Community Center after school. I've just seen firsthand the difference between traditionally marginalized communities who know the resources they can have access to and those who don't. And what I wanted to do was spread that knowledge and make sure that everyone in the Chattanooga community knows the resources they can utilize and can access them.
So you have some very specific and targeted initiatives with this nonprofit and with your mission here. So let's break down and tell me about what those initiatives are.
Yes, so our two main initiatives at this point are, first of all, providing citizenship classes to prepare for the naturalization exam in languages for English language learners. So currently we're starting citizenship class preparation in Spanish to make it easier for our Latinx community to learn, as well as just educational inequity in general, addressing that. So what we're aiming to do in the near future is partner with a local alternative high school to increase digital literacy within their student population.
So let's talk about now some of those things, because that is a barrier. Like so many people that come here face those language barriers. But the thing you're talking about is to helping make sure that people know their rights, and they can use their voice to have a say. So what do you find from some of these marginalized communities that they're lacking, or maybe some of the biggest things they don't understand about the rights that they have?
I think in terms of the citizenship process, they don't understand exactly what's included in the test and everything that you have to bring in order to become a naturalized citizen, because it's a process that's very heavily stratified by what lawyers you have access to, how well you know a language. So in terms of what we're trying to do, we're trying to ensure that they know exactly what they need to pass this exam, as well as knowing exactly what forms and other items they have to bring with them, because if they don't have one or more of those things, they'll get turned away. So just trying to comprehensively cover that.
And one of the things too, Alisha, in talking about this, you talked about those citizenship classes. So tell me a little bit about, you know, those citizenship classes that you all offer. And I think you all offer those on a weekly basis.
Yes, so they're every Thursday at 6624 Lee Highway. So in terms of what we're offering, we're trying to mainly cover three main aspects. So first of all is history, kind of America's history. There are 100 questions that could be asked to an applicant, and they'll be asked 10 and they have to answer 6 of them correctly. So those questions in terms of history, they cover what you would learn in a traditional high school or middle school American Studies class. So giving a broad overview of that, as well as the functions of our government. Not so much the history part, but the electoral college, the 3 branches, stuff like that. And the last part is translating. So you have to be able to do some basic translation to English and some basic reading comprehension. And that's often what fails most people who English is their second or third or fourth language. So just aiming to cover that and present it in a more comprehensible format.
Well, I must say, Alisha, I'm very impressed because people probably do not know you're like a rising senior in high school.
Yes, ma'am.
And so, you know, this is a passion. You've traveled to D.C., you said, and this is something that's really a passion for you when it comes to public policy and advocating for social justice.
Yes,
so I just want to say again, congratulations on this new nonprofit and what you all are doing.
Thank you.
At E2MC2.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you
so much, Alisha.
Thank you for having me.